Welcome back. So in light of me doing a video today on playoff performances by goaltenders, I want to do a career video of Cam Ward. Now, I did do a career video on Cam Ward when he reached 300 wins, but that was about 6 years ago. So I figure, why not do a career video where we talk about his whole career? And Cam Ward was a first-round pick of the Carolina Hurricanes, number 25 in 2002. Now, of course, they went to the Stanley Cup final that year. Artur Serbe was the guy who was the hero that year. Ward doesn't come up till 05-06. And he only played 26 games that first year at a record of 14-8-2 and an 882 save percentage. So there wasn't a lot of expectations with Carolina going into those playoffs. And early on, it looked like maybe Carolina wasn't going to get very far. And then Cam Ward took over and the rest was history. He plays 23 games in those playoffs, so almost as many as he had in the regular season. 15 wins, which is one more than he had during the regular season, to go with 8 losses and a .920 save percentage. So a dramatic improvement in the playoff numbers over the regular season numbers. So the Stanley Cup belongs to Carolina. The Conn Smythe Trophy goes to Cam Ward, and he was the pick. And again, I did the video today on 17 playoff runs. No offense to Cam Ward, there's been a lot of playoff runs where goaltenders have looked excellent. Ward no exception. 06-07, 60 games played by Cam Ward, a record of 30, 21, and 6 with an 897 save percentage. So one thing that did happen coming out of that was I thought the expectations were too high for Cam Ward after that. So whatever he did after that felt at least a little bit disappointing on some level, and the Carolina Hurricanes in general, a franchise that had been mediocre prior to that Stanley Cup run, and they had some mediocrity after. 07-08, he plays 69 games, which is 7th overall for goaltenders that year. 37 wins, which is 4th. 25 regulation losses, which is 7th. 5 overtime or shootout losses. 904 save percentage. So his numbers get better despite him playing 69 games, which is a lot, right? 2008-2009, he plays 68 games that year, which is 5th overall. 39 wins, which is 3rd. 23 losses, which is 9th. And 5 overtime losses. 916 save percentage. That year, Carolina gets in the playoffs. It is the second time in his career Carolina made the playoffs. Sadly, they don't make the playoffs again for quite some time. But in those playoffs, he made it count. 18 games, a record of 8-10, a 915 save percentage, and he was 7th in Vezina voting that year. So a really strong season from Ward, but in the end, Carolina gets swept in the conference final. 2009-2010, he plays 47 games that year, 18 wins, 23 losses, which was 9th overall in the NHL. 5 overtime losses, and again, a 916 save percentage. So consistency there. Even though the team on the ice isn't very good, Ward with an excellent season. 2010-2011, what might have been his best year, considering he played 74 games, which led the league. 37 wins, which is 3rd. 26 regulation losses, which is 6th. His 10 overtime or shootout losses, that's 2nd in the NHL. That's a lot. And a 923 save percentage, that was 8th. That's the only time he was top 10 in save percentage in the NHL. He finishes 7th in the Vezina Award award voting, and that's the one year that he makes it to the All-Star game. So again, All-Star goaltender, yes. Being overplayed, probably. And it continues the following season, 2011-2012, 68 games played, which is 5th among goalies, 30 wins, 23 losses, which is 6th overall, 13 overtime or shootout losses, which is 1st in the NHL, 915 save percentage. So this is where Ward's getting quite the reputation of being a pretty good goaltender behind a pretty mediocre team. 2012-2013, a lockout-shortened season, but he also missed time that year. 17 games, a record of 9-6-1, a 908 save percentage. 2013-2014, he only played 30 games that year, a record of 10-12-6, and 898 save percentage. So his numbers coming down. And again, that 2006 Stanley Cup was fantastic, but you know that he's going to be struggling to replicate that on any level, right? And again, we can talk about how, the Carolina Hurricanes as a team, kind of mediocre too. 2014-2015, he plays 51 games that year, a record of 22, 24, and 5. The 24 regulation losses were 6th overall in the NHL that year, and a 910 save percentage. 2015-2016, 52 games played, a record of 23, 17, and 10. The 10 overtime or shootout losses led the league that year. 909 save percentage for him that season. 2016-2017, he plays 61 games, which is 9th overall in the NHL. 26 wins, 22 losses, which is 8th overall. 12 overtime or shootout losses, which is 2nd. 905 save percentage. So again, a lot of points getting lost by Carolina in extra time. A conversation I'm sure we had in 2016 and 2017 on the channel. 2017-2018, what would prove to be his final year in Carolina. He plays 43 games, record of 23, 14, and 4, and a 906 save percentage. So sadly, as Carolina starts to get better and starts to make the playoffs, Cam Ward is not a part of it. July the 1st of 2018, he actually signs a contract with the Chicago Blackhawks. As a backup goalie with Chicago, he plays 33 games, a record of 16, 12, and 4, and an 897 save percentage. So he ends up retiring. He does sign a one-day contract to retire as a Carolina Hurricanes goaltender. He ended up playing 701 games in his career, which is 30th all-time among goalies. His 334 wins is 26th all-time. 256 regulation losses, that's 38th all-time. 88 overtime or shootout losses. 908 save percentage, because I believe when he came into the league, that was after ties were banished from the league. He played 41 playoff games right here, these 2 seasons. Record of 23 and 18, a 917 save percentage. So again, important games in the playoffs. Ward was very good. He ends up with 27 career shutouts, which is 86th on the all-time list. 2007, he goes to the World Championship. He won gold that year, and the following year, he wins silver. So that's one benefit of being on a team that's out of the playoffs. You end up getting a chance to play international hockey with Team Canada. He was inducted into the Carolina Hurricanes Hall of Fame this year, February 16th of 2023, and he is the franchise leader in wins, in shutouts, and games played by a goaltender. So Cam Ward, at the time of his retirement, the all-time Carolina Hurricanes goaltender. Will Freddie Anderson someday surpass him? Probably not. Not enough time, I would think, left for Anderson's career for him to really surpass these totals awards. Maybe it's Kochetkov, right? So maybe Kochetkov eventually becomes the guy to take those records, but I think they're pretty safe for some time to come. That is 318 wins. It's a lot. And again, for Carolina, remarkable that Ward played there for 13 seasons. And we never heard any complaints. We never heard him wanting out, wanting a trade that I can remember. And he was just very good on a team that wasn't always very good in front of him. So, that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below regarding the career of Cam Ward. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And as is always the case when I do a list video, if people feel like a certain player is snubbed and I haven't done a career video on that player, I am absolutely fine with the idea of doing a career video spotlighting and highlighting that player, as is the case today with Cam Ward. And I'll probably do other goalie videos as the summer rolls along as well. But let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.